Remember that sigh of relief, that collective exhale of satisfaction when the Jrue Holiday trade was first announced? That feeling of we got a good deal, we're bringing in a solid piece, and we even recouped some draft capital? Well, what if I told you that sigh just turned into a collective groan, and those promised assets simply vanished? For a fan base still basking in the glow of Banner 18, this week brought a jarring dose of reality, a sudden shift in the narrative that leaves us scratching our heads and asking, what exactly happened with the Jrue Holiday trade? And are the Celtics truly getting what they bargained for? This isn't just about a few draft picks. It's about transparency, about trust, and about the ever-present shadow of player health in the high-stakes world of the NBA. The world of professional sports is a whirlwind of breaking news, rapid-fire decisions, and the constant reevaluation of talent. For the Boston Celtics, fresh off their historic 18th championship, the offseason has been anything but quiet. Just as the dust began to settle on the confetti-strewn parquet, news of significant roster changes started to emerge, signaling a strategic shift for the reigning champions. One of the most talked-about moves was the trade involving veteran guard Jrue Holiday, a player whose contributions to the championship run were undeniable. On June 23rd, reports flooded the airwaves. The Celtics were sending Holiday to the Portland Trail Blazers in exchange for the promising young guard Anfernee Simons and, crucially, a pair of second-round draft picks. It felt like a shrewd move, a way to shed salary, get younger, and still accumulate future assets. The narrative was clear, the deal seemingly done. But then, a plot twist. On Monday, the Portland Trail Blazers officially announced the completion of their trade with the Celtics involving Jrue Holiday. And that's where the story takes an unexpected turn. According to Portland's official release, the trade was a straight-up swap. Holiday for Simons. No mention of the promised second-round picks. Just like that, two valuable future assets, once reported as part of the package, had evaporated into thin air. For a franchise that prides itself on meticulous asset management, this sudden alteration raised immediate questions, and for many fans, a sense of bewilderment. What happened between the initial reports and the official announcement? Why the sudden change, and what does it mean for the Celtics' long-term planning? The answer, according to the Boston Globe's Adam Himmelsbach, lies in the murky waters of player medicals. Himmelsbach reported that new findings during a review of Holiday's medical examinations prompted the Blazers to alter the deal. Both sides, in an apparent effort to salvage the trade, agreed to complete it without the picks involved. This revelation immediately shifts the focus from simple asset management to the more concerning realm of player health. What new findings could be so significant as to warrant the removal of 2 draft picks from an already agreed-upon deal? While the specifics remain undisclosed, the implication is unsettling. It suggests that Holiday, at 35 years old, may have medical concerns that influenced his perceived value to the Blazers, leading them to demand a revised package. For context, it's worth reviewing Jrue Holiday's recent health history. While he is currently undergoing his usual off-season training regimen, his last season with the Celtics wasn't entirely without bumps. He missed the final 3 games of the Celtics playoff series against Orlando with a hamstring strain, though he was able to play in all 6 games of the Celtics' second-round series against the Knicks. Throughout the regular season, Holiday played in 62 games, missing the other 20 with a variety of relatively minor injuries. These included mallet finger, a right shoulder impingement, and left knee tendinopathy. While none of these individually sounded catastrophic, a cumulative pattern of minor ailments, combined with his age and the physical demands of an NBA season, could have triggered a red flag during a rigorous medical review. For a team like the Blazers, who are in a rebuilding phase and prioritizing long-term health and asset accumulation, any perceived risk, even minor, could be enough to prompt a renegotiation. Beyond the medical mystery, the Celtics' motivation for making this trade, even in its altered form, became clearer when considering their overarching financial strategy. A key priority this offseason was dipping below the second apron luxury tax threshold. The NBA's new collective bargaining agreement imposes severe penalties for teams that consistently operate above this threshold, limiting their flexibility in future trades and free agency. By trading both Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis, the Celtics were able to successfully navigate this complex financial landscape, providing them with crucial cap flexibility moving forward. This strategic maneuver, while costly in terms of losing two key players from their championship roster, was deemed essential for sustaining long-term contention. It's a testament to the difficult choices modern NBA front offices face, balancing immediate championship aspirations with the long-term health of the franchise's financial outlook. In return for Holiday, the Celtics received Anfernee Simons, a 26-year-old guard who offers a different offensive dynamic. Simons has averaged at least 19.3 points per game over the last 3 seasons in Portland, showcasing his ability to be a consistent scoring threat. He's also a career 38% shooter from three-point range, providing the kind of floor spacing that is increasingly vital in today's NBA. While he may not possess the same elite defensive prowess as Holiday, he offers youth offensive firepower and, crucially, an expiring contract. This expiring deal provides the Celtics with significant flexibility. They can either choose to re-sign him to a long-term deal if he proves to be a perfect fit, or they can move on from him after this season, opening up even more cap space or facilitating another trade. This flexibility is a valuable asset in itself, allowing the Celtics to adapt to future opportunities and challenges. The Holiday trade wasn't the only significant move the Celtics made to reshape their roster and financial standing. The Kristaps Porzingis trade, another major offseason transaction, has also been officially completed. Boston sent Porzingis and a 2026 second-round pick to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for Georges Niang and a 2031 second-round pick. This move, while also involving the departure of a key player from the championship team, brought in Georges Niang, a familiar face for New Englanders. Niang is a Massachusetts native, growing up in Methuen and holding the distinction of being the all-time leading scorer at Tilton School in New Hampshire. He joins a short but distinguished list of players born in Massachusetts who have ended up on a Celtics roster at some point in their careers, adding a local flavor to the team. Niang brings veteran experience and a reputation as a tough, versatile forward who can contribute off the bench. Celtics president of basketball operations Brad Stevens, ever the diplomat, issued a statement acknowledging the new additions and expressing gratitude for the departed stars. Anfernee is a really good young player who has continuously improved in his 7 years in the NBA, Stevens said, highlighting Simons' growth and potential. Georges is no stranger to Boston and has continuously been a winning player over the course of his career. We are excited to add both of them to the team. Stevens then turned his attention to the players who helped bring Banner 18 home. We are so thankful for KP and Jrue and the time we had together in Boston. They were great Celtics whose impact on our organization went well beyond the court. They were integral parts of 2 great teams, including one which brought us all a new banner. Their impact on this organization will last a long time, and we look forward to celebrating them when they return to the Garden this season. These words, while standard for such announcements, carry a deeper meaning for a fan base still coming to terms with the changes. It's a recognition of the sacrifices made and the contributions rendered, even as the team pivots towards a new iteration. The altered Jrue Holiday trade, combined with the Porzingis deal, paints a clear picture of the Celtics' offseason strategy, financial prudence, a slight retooling around their core, and a willingness to make tough decisions. While losing 2 second-round picks in the Holiday deal is undoubtedly a blow to future asset accumulation, the primary goal of getting under the second apron was achieved. The team has brought in younger talent in Simons, who offers a different offensive skill set, and a local veteran in Niang. The question now becomes, was the cost of shedding salary and gaining flexibility worth the loss of proven championship contributors and unexpected draft capital? Only time will tell if these calculated risks will pay off. But one thing is certain, the Celtics, even as champions, are not resting on their laurels. They are constantly evolving, adapting, and making the moves they believe are necessary to sustain their position at the pinnacle of the NBA. So, Celtics Nation, what do you make of this altered Jrue Holiday trade? Does the disappearance of those draft picks leave a sour taste, or do you trust Brad Stevens' strategic vision? Are you excited about what Anfernee Simons and Georges Niang can bring to the team, or do you worry about the defensive void left by Holiday and Porzingis? Drop your thoughts, your frustrations, and your hopes in the comments below. We want to hear your voice. Your insights fuel this channel, and we thrive on these passionate discussions. And if you found this breakdown insightful, and you're as invested in the Celtics' future as we are, please smash that like button and subscribe for all the latest exclusive Celtics analysis. Until next time, let's keep the conversation going.